Okay, I see a lot of friends, Mario, Pavis, Maria, Duncan. Wow. So hi to everyone. It's a real pleasure to have you all. And tonight, oh yeah, tonight, I don't know if it's what time is it for all of you, more or less about 8, but maybe 9 or maybe 7. Together with Es- with Esther. Esther is my colleague from Transition Spain. And say hi. And I'm not sure, but I think it's also here Agustí. Agustí is also a colleague from the project. He doesn't speak English, by the way. I don't know. I don't know. I believe you can find
Hello.
him. Hola, Agustín.
Hello. How are you?
Well, Agustí is also part of the project. So the three of us, we're part of Alternativas. Agustín, jo vaig parlant en anglès, ¿vale? I ja veurem. Bueno, so well, as I've said at the very beginning, this is a great pleasure to have you all here. This is the first time that we screen this film in English, well, with English subtitles. And let's see how it goes, the experiment. You let us know at the end. This is a movie, collaborative project that started a long time ago. In the first, like the seed of that was a conversation that Agustín and I had in 2015 in a meeting of two local transition initiatives. And at that moment, I said, look, we should do some sort of small videos to show what's happening, what we are doing. And at that very beginning, I would never have expected that could finish in a long movie like this one. No? In 2018, we launched 2018, 2019, we launched a crowdfunding campaign, and we started shooting in 2019. Then COVID arrived, so the project stopped. And finally, after a lot of work, the movie is just being screened now. We have done the first screenings in a few places in Spain, in Madrid, in Barcelona, online, in Palma de Mallorca, etc. And now this is the first, as I've said, screening online. And for me, this is very, very special because we are also connecting this movie with the General Assembly of ECOLISE. ECOLISE, as many of you know, but maybe not everyone. ECOLISE is the European network for climate and community-led initiatives on climate change and sustainability, working at European level, linking, connecting different movements such as transition towns, eco-villages, permaculture, and many more. And right now, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we are having the General Assembly. So it's also a very good opportunity to link these two things. And some of our members, of ECOLISE members, are also part of the movie, of the documentary in different ways. So we're already more than 50. I have to say that I'm a little bit nervous because I don't see everyone, and I just see myself in big. So Esther, I maybe would like, thank you. I maybe would like to pass it to you, Esther, if you want to share a few words. And then I will pass it a little bit to Agustín. We will try to translate him.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, I'm also a bit nervous and excited. Yeah, I believe it's the first time that Alternativas goes international, so it's quite a thing, and I'm feeling really grateful because of the many organizations that have taken part in this experiment, many years of adventure, and I believe it's something it's a special project because it includes a very close approach, like people can really connect with the initiatives, organizations, people that have been recorded and that are part of this movement and this transformation. And the most powerful thing is that we can see that these possible futures are really taking place right now in this present moment. So it's very inspiring. And I feel really grateful to all these people that are doing this, that you are doing this change and this possible future, you are bringing it to the present moment. And thank you, Abdul, for your support today. And thank you, Juan and Agustí, for all your work and many people who are supporting this in many ways. So yeah, I'm really grateful and excited for today. I hope you all enjoy it. And I will pass to Agustí.
I Agustín, vols dir un parell de paraules? Jo les intento traduir, però algo breu, perquè si no serà una mica complicat. Et ve de gust? Abdul, could you please open his mic? Agustín.
Hello. I'm very happy to meet you. I hope you like the documentaries, the Nativas.
Vols dir un parell de paraules en català o castellà i jo les tradueixo?
No,
està bé?
és igual, ja faig.
Vale.
The people of the experience that you will see are fantastic. It has been a pleasure meeting Tim. Okay.
Thank you, Agustín. Yes, I think before going to watch the movie, which I think it makes sense to not take too much time for discussion now, we would like to share with you a few informations, because maybe some of you will not be at the end. We will. The idea is that in 5 minutes more or less, we will share with you a link to watch the movie. It, as I've said, is almost 2 hours. It's 1 hour and 55 minutes. And then in this same link, Zoom link, whoever wants, we will come back to have a short conversation, Q&A. And we can share there also about next steps, about how to continue this project together, collaborations, about the process of making this film and anything we want. But I think it's better if we share through this information also before, in case you can join later. So the website, I think, Esther is putting a few informations right now on the chat. This is the website of the project. So here you can see, there's a lot of information. Also the screenings that we're starting to plan. Many different things. If at the end of the movie, of the film, you are willing to give some, share with us your opinion, to share a few words of that, etc. We have created also a short template, and it would be very good if you feel it, if you're willing to. And then also to let you know that this is a collective project that has been financed through a crowdfunding campaign, and then the support from a few local organizations. By the way, more than 500 people have contributed to this film, just to let you know. So it's quite a lot. And we have also and space to make a financial contribution in the movie. As you know, all of you are attending here for free. But what we are doing in all our events is that if at the end of the film you like it and you want to contribute a little bit, so please, here you have the link to do it. It's through Open Collective, so it's an open source organization, and that could help us quite a lot in the promotion phase that we are having right now, because our capacities are relatively small. So what else before jumping into the film? Maybe just saying that I don't know if you know this sentence. Maybe you don't. I don't know who from you knows Eduardo Galeano. He's a writer from from Uruguay, he used quite a lot of sentence that is a sentence from African tradition, but he uses it quite a lot. And that sentence says that small people doing small things in many small places can change the world. So in a way, that's the summary of the story of the many stories that you will watch. And now all these stories are recorded in Spain, in many different places of Spain, but they're universal stories. They could be everywhere, doesn't matter. I know here, I really don't know, but here we may be people from many different countries. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And we can then maybe have a conversation at the end. So I'd say, Abdul, that's more than enough. We have talked a lot. So we are going to share. Well, you have all these links on the chat that Esther has put. So we can share it then at the end, of course, too. And we will share also a link now. It's a Vimeo link. So everyone needs to access to that link to watch the movie. You will have 2 hours. Right now it's almost 8:30 Central European. So this means that at 10:30 Central European, we will come back to this link. Whoever wants to have a short conversation. Okay. So thank you so much. Enjoy it, Esther.
Yeah, I noticed that some people were asking for Spanish subtitles. So in the link, you will see 3 versions: the original,
perfect.
Catalan, with Catalan, the Spanish version, and also the English version. So you can choose what you want, the one you want to see, to watch.
Perfect.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
These are the 3 versions that we have for now. But just to let you know that we are already starting to have conversations with people in other countries to make subtitles in different languages and so on. And these type of things, we would really like to discuss with you at the end, you know, to see how can we use this as a tool for all of us. So yeah. There's any logistic question, any doubt before we jump? Just checking. Is everything clear for everyone? Yep, I see faces in like that. So you have 2 hours. Please grab a cup of tea, something that makes you feel comfortable, and let's go for that. So you have it there. So I could say that if you're here, you can put your camera on, and you can see our faces. That would be very good. Thank you so much. I see so many friends. Hi, Alex. Very nice to see you, my friend. Okay. So, hi, Anna. How are you doing? So, Esther, what do you think? Do we wait a little bit more, or we start? I think we can start. So, yeah, Esther and I, we were thinking that like in order maybe to break the ice, we'd like to ask you if you could summarize in maybe 1 or 2 words what it said to you, the documentary, the film. Which words could you use? Maybe we can share in the chat, or you can open your mic, you know, and because like this we can hear each other, and just in the popcorn style. Just share a little bit what, I don't know, how was for you. Few you have already shared on the chat, yeah. Abdul, people has the mic blocked. Would you? Yeah, people were stuck, and I was thinking I'm the only one here.
Feel free now.
Okay, I was trying to say hello, everyone. Hello, Juan. And my word is hope, esperanza.
It's
For me, it was first hope, but then I thought many opportunities.
okay. What else? Come on, yes. What comes to your
Mine
mind?
would be fun.
Huh?
And I'm in my pajamas, so I'll keep the camera off for now.
That's fine, Sophia. That's completely okay. Maybe we can read. Yeah. Well, go Anna.
I loved seeing the difference between a project and then 3 years later, and seeing the reality of these projects existing.
Hmm. Just feel free to jump. I think Gisela, that was Pepe, no?
Yeah, I think he said it was very inspirational, and I agree with him.
Thank you, Gisela. Hey, Duncan, Tanya, how are you? Anything you want to share? I mean, I'm just asking. Everyone is very silent. I don't know if it's because everyone is still digesting it or because it's a bit late. I'm just reading the chat too. There's a great movie. Hope I can show it in here in town. Collective imagination and action. Wow, this is a long one. Absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for organizing. Precioso docu. Okay. So
I'll just say I didn't see it because I'm the one from New Zealand. But because I never ever get to see the transition stuff because I'm in New Zealand, I thought I'd stay on and just take a look at you all. So I haven't much to say, but it's lovely to see your faces.
wow, thank you so much. This is super inspiring. Yeah, I have to say that there's gonna be much more screenings and in different times also. Right now we are talking. This is something I was going to explain later, but we are talking with Philippe from Transition Network. He's the comms coordinator, and we are planning at the beginning of June another international screening with different time zones for the whole world. So if you couldn't do it now, well, you will. And thank you
Well,
for
I
joining.
hope I can see it because it sounds really worth it.
Thank you, yeah. Okay, so I see maybe a few more faces now. Mario also joined. So, well, my idea that and mine is well, about having a little space here for a conversation. You know, like if you have any questions, comments, things that you want to share, to ask to me. Agustin is the other co-director, but he's not here. Doesn't speak English either. And like this, maybe I can explain you a little bit more about, I don't know, about the history behind the process or anything you are interested. And also then to have at least a few minutes to think about next steps, you know, about things that we can maybe do together, you know, to use this film and this documentary to help us in our networks and movements, and because that's the idea. I think one of, as I've explained at the very beginning, before watching the documentary, one of our main challenges is that we don't have many stories of possibility, no, like many inspiring stories of things that are happening and that can happen and that can be made by normal people like all of us, you know. like the ones that appear in the film, but that many thousands of many others that are trying to initiate and push this type of projects. And our aim was to show this type of people, this type of projects, but really going to the human part of it, and trying to avoid many philosophical or theoretical I don't know, you know, when there's much more films that either focus on one specific project, which is a decision. You can do that if you want, but it's just one specific project, or that they are much more theoretical. Maybe they bring a few experts and they talk about the situation of the world, and there's not many films that they talk about the things that people can do, you know, and they focus on their own stories that they can seem relatively simple and humble, but there are thousands of them doing these type of things, no? And so yeah, that's what that was a little bit the aim, and I think it's also what in different ways all of us we're trying to do, you know, with our work and with our network. So yeah, let's I'd like to hear from you. If you have any comment, question, anything. Because I have some good friends here.
I have one question.
Please, Alex, go ahead.
Thank you so much. It was so wonderful and amazing job. Firstly, just so well made and so inspiring. I think everyone is saying this. You know, I was trying to write down the different initiatives as they were coming, but there were so many, I just lost track. But I really want to know more about it. I mean, this is for those of us not in Spain. It's such an amazing window into what's happening in Spain. It just seems like the transition epicenter, you know, after watching your movie. So is there going to be a way to find out more about each of the initiatives, like, or will you have some sort of study guide or kind of a companion, you know, material to, like, a learning resource to go with the film?
Good question, Alex. You know what? There are a few things. First, yes, in Spain there are many things happening, but everywhere there are many things happening. Of course, they are different. They are adapted to each place. But my small experience is that wherever I go, something interesting is happening. It has a different shape. It has a different. So of course, all these examples are from Spain, and it was super hard to make the selection. Indeed, we have much more material recorded and so on. But this is happening in many places, I'd say. But yeah, we haven't been able to do it yet because of lack of capacity. But in our website, we want to put the links of each of the projects, their contacts, and just a little bit of information. And what I would say is that well, because these are just some of the projects that are happening. And for example, I see Pedro Macedo from Portugal that is here right now, and we're already talking, and I think pioneering in this case in Portugal. We're translating the subtitles to Portuguese, and we will probably start making screenings there. So the idea is to do it in other places. But the film is the excuse to make those projects visible wherever it goes. So I'm sure, Pedro, of course, you know much better than I in Portugal, but there are plenty of projects, many, I don't know, similar to these ones, I'm sure. So yeah. So if we can make these projects visible, not only the ones in the film, but as much as we can, I think that can be powerful and inspiring. Yeah. I think Anna, you wanted to say something or to ask something.
Yeah, one of the things is for me is great to kind of to see this movie, because I was very much inspired a few months ago when I saw Hub Ren being used in England. So I had to own. I work as a climate action manager, and so I had to own bike transform. So Monday they've rebuilt it in a way like Hub Ren, so I can open it up and use it as such. And of course I've bought books to go in it, games, things for kids, all sorts of stuff. But the next step is, of course, how am I going to use that in the communication with people? And at the moment I picked up a book which is all about talking about climate, and I learned a lot of it already in the first chapters about whole preparation. It's understanding people, where people come from, and a lot of people, when it's all about the change in the climate, they have different backgrounds, different ideas. I mean, some people don't even want to hear it because they're afraid. Some deny it, and others taking action. And definitely one of the things I already learned is that if you want to get people to make a change themselves or move forward, you need to start off with good examples. And this film, such things are bringing, exactly as you said, hope and opportunities for people to make a change, even if it's a very small change. And these are the things that we really need more of.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ned. Also, something that I think it's interesting is that probably for many of you, because there's not many films coming, for example, from Spain or from countries that you're not so used to see what's going on there. I think that's also interesting because these aren't examples, maybe, I don't know, from the UK or from the US, you know, there's maybe more movies from these, but still you see that doesn't matter the place where they come, you know, this is also happening, you know, so I think that's also, that can also be interesting, that is not only centered in Anglo-Saxon world, which I think is just interesting. A lot of people writing in the chat. I'm not following everything, but yeah, we can translate into Italian, of course. Let's talk about that. And about Germany, I'm talking already with Dicte from the organization of the Global Eco Village Europe gathering, and the idea is that it will be shown in the European Eco Village gathering in July. I don't know exactly when. The workshop slots that they were offered, they were an hour and a half. This is longer, but I'm in contact with her, so I think it will be shown there. Yeah, Magali.
Yeah, I don't. Thank you so much. It's really beautiful. I really want to share something very personal that happened to me when I was watching the movie. I saw a friend of mine in the movie again that I haven't seen for over 20 years.
Wow!
We studied together in Dublin. I didn't know she was living in Spain. And I'm so like, oh my God, I wrote to her immediately. That's why I haven't finished seeing the movie. Actually, I stopped the movie to write to her immediately. It was crazy.
Who is her?
Jenny Carraro.
Jenny Carraro, sí.
Yeah. So yeah, well, and what I was thinking as well is because what is really beautiful about the movie is that it really focuses on collective action. And I think this is so important, that we show more of the collective action and not only individual action that politicians want to make us, you know. And what what would be maybe nice as well, what we did also with different movies very often is that we toured with the movies in municipalities also to inspire, and then making like maybe a learning folder or something that teachers also can use in different places. So that's really something nice also, I think, to do. But it's really well done. Well done, Juan. Well done, everybody. So nice. Yes, thank you so much for making me find Jenny again.
Thank you, Magali. Yeah, a few quick comments connected to what you said. First, Jenny is very well known in ECOLISE and in the EcoVillage movement and so on. I see Abdul moving the head and others. And I'm very happy that it helped me to reconnect with her. And then about what you said about using it for different purposes and adapting to different audiences, and absolutely. The thing is that it was very difficult because we have quite a lot of material, much more, of course, than what you have seen here. And we were even thinking to create like I don't know, like 3 episodes or something like that, you know. But we needed to make a choice, and we decided, look, let's create something that is all together in one piece. But we have about 35 hours of material that is good material that can be used. And there's 70 people speaking in the film, but there's about 50 more that aren't there. So you can imagine how challenging it was to put it like that. And I'm aware that almost 2 hours is already long for the formats that we may have now, but still, I think for example, for schools, well, you would need something shorter, you know, but you could do different things. In any case, the possibility is there, but I think that's a second phase. You know, that's something that it needs to happen a little bit after, because we're right now starting the promotion of this, and we are very tired. This is kind of a celebration, showing something that it has taken quite a lot of effort, and we will need more time and a bit of funding to do something like that. But it's completely possible, and we can do it together. You know, the material is there. If there's people within this group or in other groups that is saying, look, I have the energy, or I know who could do it, or why not? Maybe with some European funding, or I don't know. There's many options. Maybe, I don't know, Pedro, could you maybe explain a little bit what you are thinking in Portugal? Because you just to the rest, to try to inspire a little bit the others.
Hello, everyone. Well, our idea is to do let's say a first series of screenings in big places like Porto, Lisboa, and a few others, and then just start some kind of organic screening through, you know, communities, villages, gathering interest from people like us that are doing stuff, and can use this as a tool just to spread the word. We are lucky enough to be neighbors of Spain in this case. It's not always a good thing. No, just kidding. But in this case, it's very good because, you know, we always look to our neighbors as you know, as pioneers, as entrepreneurs. Comparing to Portuguese, we are more lazy. Okay, I'm just saying bullshit. And so for us, it's very good because we can show a lot of things. And you know, if they can do that in Spain, we can do that in Portugal. That's the idea. And so we want to inspire and just go to to give visibility to what is happening here. So that's the idea, to show that, like someone else was saying, that this is a collective thing that is happening, and this movie is very good. We are also trying, since we are close to summer, we are looking at festivals, because there are a lot of alternative festivals, let's say, that might be interested also in can be a good possibility to do some screenings, you know, with to get to young people and all of that.
Thank you, Pedro.
Can I make a comment?
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
I love being in this call, and the thing about the length of time to make these documentaries and actually going through the full process, getting to the end and finishing it. I mean, thank you. Everyone said thank you all over the place, but it's such a huge task, and it's so wonderful to see it finished. And I'm also really aware that now this sharing, you already said, you know, that you're crowdfunding now for a bit more capacity to share it, and there's still the work of really sharing it as much as possible. In Barcelona, I think it would be really easy to get it, to try and get people at the right time, to get it on the in the Centros Cívicos in Barcelona, to get it on the program for September. And I've suggested that to the permaculture people here, because I think it's very little effort at the right time to get it into the Centros Cívicos. So we're going to try and do that here in Barcelona. And also that reminded me that I first connected with Transition Towns at a docu forum in Barcelona with Juan, or maybe with Duncan, who I haven't seen for ages, or it's nice to connect on the call. So it's really lovely to be here. I have to leave right this second, and thank you for everything. It was lovely to connect.
Thank you so much, Anna. Well, Duncan, Anna, and I, and Tanya also, and I'm not sure if there's more people here in the call. We know since a long time in Barcelona, and all of us, we were part of Transition Barcelona. And 2010, you know, like, yeah, quite a lot of time ago. Yeah. More comments, questions? Okay.
Juan, I
So,
just want to say one thing, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, yes. Please.
What you said earlier about it's not philosophical or theoretical, I agree, but also I found that the voices, like these vernacular voices of common people, were so philosophically rich
Yeah,
in the critique of, you know, the mainstream economic values and neoclassical economics, you know. So I think that really comes through beautifully in many of the interviews, and it just shows this like people's philosophy, which is so well developed. And I just wanted to make that comment. Thought that was really beautiful.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, and I think you are completely right. Maybe what I wanted to say is more that instead of having, you know, like these few well-known that it's like everything is explained by people like us, you know, like people that, and the whole story is created through all these experiences and explanations, but by everyone, no? And as you can imagine, there are many stories within the film and the whole process, no? And maybe I can share a few with you. I think it's to reveal maybe some of the little secrets behind. You know, for example, you know, more or less at the end when we're in the permaculture project and the golf appears. That's one of the most, in my point of view, emotional moments of the film. That's only 3 minutes from where I live. Yeah, literally.
Wow.
And this Wednesday, we showcased, we screened this film in Cardedeu, in the town where I live. And we were 100 people, more or less. The cinema was almost full. And everyone was shocked by that piece, because Gisela, this person, she's always very serious. She never shares, her emotions. But when we were filming, she really expressed a lot of things there, and everyone was surprised. Just on Wednesday, 100 people watching the movie here also. And maybe another thing that comes to me to share is that just after that experience, that we are in another experience in nature, doing deep ecology and other type of work. The baby that appears there is my daughter. That's my daughter that was born just with the beginning of the pandemic. And because that's well, it wouldn't have been like that without the pandemic, but we were in the middle of the shooting of the film, and we stopped because of the pandemic. So the whole project stopped for a year or something like that. So then when we started again, well, we shoot in different places, and Ayla, that's her name, she was already here with me, So yeah, she's there, and that's just a little secret, but that's something very special for me to see that she is there. So yeah. Okay. Now, I don't know if there are more comments, more questions. I know it's a bit late, so I don't want to take maybe too long. But well, Esther, I like to pass it to you. Because you also well, we can please go ahead, and then you can go, Esther. I like that you share a little bit, because you have been participating a lot also. We can please.
Okay. I understand and can communicate in English, but I prefer to speak in Spanish. Is that okay?
Well, sure you can, but there's going to be people that doesn't understand. But if not, we can try to translate.
Ok. Bueno, entonces voy a intentar hablar en inglés si es como lo mejor para que nos podamos comunicar.
Si puedes, te lo agradezco, porque hay gente que no habla nada de español.
Bueno, es de agradecimiento igual.
Gracias.
I am Wicon, and I live in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And I am in the process of searching for communities in transitions that are in environments with contact with nature and so on, as you show in the documentary. My wish is to settle there and become part of a regenerative network. So while I was watching the documentary, I thought of writing something like a letter and start to researching communities where to send that letter, like by email. So in order to connect with those people that are, I am sure that are participating in space and network like that. So I only want to thank you for sharing this, because es inspirador.
It's very inspiring.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you, Wicon. And if you're in Argentina, and do you have contacts in Argentina? Do you know people to connect to? Because maybe here there's a lot of richness in this room, and maybe there's someone that has some contacts in Argentina that can help you.
I hope that that was also the reason that I'm speaking. Also, I know some people of an organization that is called Extinction or Rebellion. I think it's English.
Sí. Extinction Rebellion.
And also I know few people that has agroecological market in my town, but not in the south of Argentina. That is where I want to move.
Okay. So you see, there's already people writing in the chat. So
yes.
You see, there's a few potential emails or connections, and I know already in Argentina a few permaculture projects, and if you maybe, yeah, I'm sure there's some way to help you.
Lovely, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so Esther, yeah, before we wrap up, Esther, I'd like to pass it to you.
Well, I joined feeling grateful. I leave feeling even more grateful. Yeah, and happy to know that many people felt inspired and hopeful by this documentary, by these experiences, and really excited to connect with more people and explore ways of sharing this tool, as you already said. And if anybody wants to contribute to translations, to subtitles, or if you have any powerful idea that sure you can send us an email or contact us, and we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, well, you shared many interesting and really beautiful things, and many of us have nighttime now, and it seems a really good way to go to sleep with these initiatives and this hope and these beautiful things that we've shared today. And remember that you can share and check the website. There's a lot of information on the documentary there. You can leave your testimonial if you'd like. Also, there's a button there to leave the testimonial. You can contribute to it if you feel it, and you can. And let's keep in contact with this. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you for a great evening.
Thank you so much.
And Esther, you are there also in the film. How it was for you? Come on, share also something about that. Not only about.
Well, I feel very happy that I am in the inner transition part, because we're usually very used to see projects, very tangible projects, but in the outside, and rarely it's a thing that's spoken, like how is people interacting and in community, and how are the emotions felt, and how are conflicts, and how are difficult things there. So it was something that I'm very happy that is in the documentary, that it's included, like how people is sharing in community and how the inner aspect is taking care also. It's present. It felt really relevant to me. And yeah, it was fun to record this part. It was very nice because we gathered a lot of friends and people that maybe we didn't know, but it was really beautiful time in the forest in Transalchimia. And it was a moment of re-encountering many people who we usually meet online, and we shared a beautiful time there. And yeah, it was very nice to have it, and it felt important for the inner aspect to be there, the inner transition to be present. Yeah.
Thank you, Esther. By the way, that place is not too far away from where we live. Yeah, Dido?
Want to say inner transition is my specialty, so I'm absolutely thrilled that it's in the film.
Great, Dido. Dido or Dido? I don't know what the pronunciation.
Dido, yes.
Dido, okay, Dido.
I have been wondering, I've been sitting here thinking, well, what's in this film, you know? And of course, gardening, and I don't know, but to hear that the inner transition is also there, that's just fantastic. Makes my day. Fantastic.
Thank you, Dido. I have a last question for you before closing. Something in a way you have answered because of something that I can sense a bit, but I want to ask you, because this is the first time that we screen this film with English subtitles. And it's a more technical question. But I know that because the film is relatively long, there's a lot of subtitles. So how it was for you? Do you think that for someone that needs to read the subtitles, most of the film, it works well, or how do you think? I don't know. How do you see it? Because it's different if you speak Spanish and you understand almost a whole movie.
Well, I didn't get any of the Catalan. I'm sorry.
No, but you speak Spanish.
Yeah, but
So
Catalan is like so different. It worked well for me, Juan. The subtitle.
Well? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. I was curious, just to know, because
it is long, but it's. I mean, I never felt distracted. So
great. Okay, so I think it's good to see. Yeah, the Catalan is Gisela writing there on the chat. Well, if you look geographically, where is Catalonia? Catalonia is in between Spain, France, and Italy. Italy, if you think in Sardinia and the sea, the Mediterranean. So that's why the Catalan is very close to Spanish, but it's also close to French and Italian. So yeah. Okay, so I think it's time to close here. Thank you so much. And well, if you want to open the mic and say good night, goodbye, or whatever, that's also a possibility.
Okay, good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Gracias.
Bye, Magali, Duncan, Tania. Un beso muy grande por ahí.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juan, and good night.
Good night. Ciao, ciao. Bye, Gisela.
Felicidades. Petit Català, but it's really amazing and really transporting for South America as well, because in South America we work on places with communities. And this community is the key to change everything.
I agree. That's the key. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado. Até pronto.
Bye, Daido. Ciao.
Esther, thank you. I've just found the movie, so I'll watch it now. Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you, Daido.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, enjoy.
Bueno, Esther.